You're watching Alabama's WVUA News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Tamika Alexander. We begin tonight with an update on a story we first brought you back in July. Kenneth McDaniel, a 79-year-old Tuscaloosa man, was brutally murdered outside of his home on July 17th. Christopher Patton, a 29-year-old man from Northport, was arrested and charged with the murder. Now, earlier today, Patton obtained a bond and was released from the Tuscaloosa County Jail without McDaniel's family being notified, leaving them upset and confused. WVUA's Courtney Highfield has more in tonight's top story.
Just 2 months after Kenneth McDaniel was found beaten to death at his home, Christopher Patton, the suspect charged with his murder, obtained a bond and was released from jail. The victim's family was not notified of Patton's release, and McDaniel's niece, Reagan Bueller, found out almost by accident.
The way we found out is the niece in Virginia, it was her turn to call the DA's office because we just, been making rounds trying to find out because we hadn't heard anything. And she was told he had been released on bail. They hadn't even told my aunt.
It is not required to notify the family that a suspect has been released on bail. But according to Bueller, the suspect had threatened to come back and harm McDaniel's wife. And because of that, she says her aunt should have been called.
She's scared to death. She was terrified all day today that he was going to come up there because he said he would.
Bueller says before her family can move forward, they need their questions answered.
Everybody has to change their lives because this one man killed my uncle. So we just keep being victimized. We don't understand. We just need some answers.
And as far as justice being served, McDaniel's family says they would like to see Patton taken off the streets permanently. Reporting in Tuscaloosa County, Courtney Highfield, WVUA News.
Now, according to Sheriff Ted Sexton, Patton's bond was revoked today after a request by the Tuscaloosa County Sheriff's Office and Tuscaloosa Metro Homicide. Patton has since been re-arrested. Now to the capstone, where firefighters spent some time today battling a blaze at the Ferguson Center. Tuscaloosa Fire and Rescue responded to a grease fire about 4 this afternoon in the fresh foods area of the building. There was some minor damage in the kitchen from the smoke and the fire that occurred there. The fire was contained to the area around the stove, but smoke filled the building, causing it to be evacuated. It was closed while the fire marshal inspected the building for damage. The dining hall has since reopened. Well, WVUA is covering Madison County, where an ex-professor at the University of Alabama Huntsville has learned her fate. Amy Bishop was sentenced to life without parole for a shooting spree that happened in 2010. Bishop pleaded guilty earlier this month to the shooting spree that killed 3 colleagues and wounded 3 others at UAH. By pleading guilty, she avoided a possible death sentence. Even though Bishop pleaded guilty, a trial was still required because she admitted to a capital charge of murder. And on your Crime Watch tonight, a Tuscaloosa teen is arrested in connection with a shooting, and he's now behind bars facing charges. According to Tuscaloosa Metro Homicide Captain Lloyd Baker, around 9 p.m. Saturday night, a fight broke out between 2 people in the parking lot at Tuscaloosa County High School. Baker says the suspect started firing a handgun and the victims tried to leave the scene, and 1 round hit the trunk. Baker says 18-year-old Corin Richard Lewis is in the Tuscaloosa County Jail, charged with shooting into an occupied vehicle.
You had both students and non-students that showed up, but there was supposed to be a fight between 2 individuals there, and of course they brought people to help them. So when the fight was about to occur, one of the suspects brought out a firearm and started shooting.
According to Baker, no one was injured in the shooting. Well, county and state leaders are joining efforts in funding a study for one of the busiest stretches of roads in the Tuscaloosa County area. The study will look at the Alabama Highway 69 from Interstate 2059 all the way to the Hale County line. WVUA's Travis Leader has the details.
The county and the state are backing a study that could spark business growth in southern Tuscaloosa County.
To be able to attract and to continue to attract industry and businesses, then we must solve this issue.
ALDOT officials are saying to be patient, though, as it may be years before the study results become substantial road projects. But that doesn't mean you won't see some minor work done on this well-traveled stretch of road.
There are some things, though, on the road that we'll start to address relatively soon. Pinch points at intersections, areas where maybe we can squeeze in an additional turn lane or things of that nature to try to expedite the traffic.
The Tuscaloosa County Commission approved $200,000 to help fund this traffic study, and state leaders are saying this will soon be a familiar way of funding state projects. Municipal governments are also going to have to pony up.
Bottom line is, unless we had had a joint agreement between the county and the Department of Transportation, we would not be where we are today. This is what we're going to have in the future in order to take Alabama where she needs to go.
Probate Judge Hardy McCollum hopes to take care of another county traffic issue in a similar manner.
As we all know, the two bottlenecks into the city of Tuscaloosa come on 69 South and from 69 North. Now we are able to address one part of that, and hopefully as we move forward we can extend this study to 69 North as well.
In Tuscaloosa County, Travis Leader, WVUA News.
ALDOT officials say they hope to have a study consultant hired by next month. The study will take about 9 months to complete. It will address not only traffic issues on Highway 69, but also the adjacent Tuscaloosa County roads. Well, some homes damaged by last year's storms are still sitting unrepaired, and experts say some of this is due to fraud. The National Center for the Prevention of Home Improvement Fraud is partnering with the City of Tuscaloosa and Home Depot to spread the word about home improvement fraud prevention. The group's executive director says fraudulent contractors do exist in West Alabama. Faye Howard says the Resource Center is for residents doing general home repair, but more importantly for residents rebuilding after the storms. Howard says the first warning sign is a contractor who asks for money up front.
The first contractor that comes to your house is going to be some cool, smooth-talking guy. I don't care if you really like him. You still want to get 2 other estimates so you can at least compare apples to apples. The other thing you want to do is you want to make sure you don't sign something you don't understand.
Howard also recommends talking with your insurance company about any repair or rebuilding you're planning on doing. The Resource Center is free and open to the public and is located inside Tuscaloosa City Hall. It will run from September 25th through September 28th from 9 until 4. Well, switching gears to our weather, let's get a first check on Alabama's home team forecast. Chief Meteorologist Richard Scott joins us now. Nice autumn day out there today. Rather chilly, but overall nice day today, Richard.
Yeah, to make it a good Monday night, too. Getting cool in a hurry tonight. Down to 60 in Tuscaloosa. 50s already showing up on the board there. 55 in Nashville, Tennessee. Much warmer back off towards the west. We'll start to notice that trend later in the week, but no cloud cover, no rain to talk about today. Rain-free, clear skies across much of the deep south. Bus stop forecast early tomorrow morning, a sunny start to the day to our Tuesday. And yeah, chilly start to the day, talking 52 for the Tuscaloosa area. Some spots a little cooler than that. We've got the rest of your forecast plus your weekend outlook coming up in Maine weather. Stay with us.
Thanks, Richard. Today, one local organization gathered to empower families to better prepare their children to start school. WVUA's Molly Mitchell takes us to one of the classes.
First Teachers at Home is solving the puzzle of how to prepare lower-income parents of preschoolers for kindergarten, despite a bad economy. First Teachers helps parents help their children succeed.
What we want to do is give every child an equal and fair chance at success.
Executive Director Jeff Hearn says that low-income students enter kindergarten anywhere from 2 to 24 months behind other students. But this program is putting that statistic to a halt.
She's doing better in school. She's learning a lot more in school. She learned a lot at the program.
During class, children get a break from their parents. While they learn how to prepare their youngsters for school, the kids play puzzles, color, build with blocks, and best of all, eat. Moms and dads sitting in class together also benefit from the program.
Most of the time these parents are either working or being with their kids all day, and it's also a good chance to, take a break and build some friendships.
We're really to the point that, whatever goes on in someone else's life, it benefits ours too.
Classes are both fun and educational, and parents say they are happy with their children's progress.
It's a good program, and everybody should, try it, because it does help, and my kids are learning a lot.
I ask everyone to take this program because it's something good where we all can learn.
These kids really are going to be different than other kids in similar situations because their parents are involved.
Reporting in Tuscaloosa, Molly Mitchell, WVUA News.
If you would like to help the First Teachers at Home program, you can by donating food, clothing, toys, or school supplies. For more information, you can contact Executive Director Jeff Hearn at 855-332-9333 or by emailing him at teachers.org. Well, one area nonprofit is asking the Tuscaloosa County School Board of Education for a little space in order to help rebuild the Holt community. The Holt in Action group is requesting the school system to allow the organization to use some of the old Holt High School facility off Alabama Avenue. Holt in Action is a group attempting to revitalize the community's economy, infrastructure, and quality of life. Members of the group asked the school board for space to help better perform some of their outreach efforts. Although the school board did not take action regarding the group's request, Acting President Rick Mitchell believes tonight's talks were very positive.
They would much rather see the facility used, I think, than just sitting there going down, and we need it. So hopefully we'll receive grace at that point.
Interim Superintendent Dan Butler says allowing the nonprofit to use the space will help provide the Holt community with more grant money. Well, on WVUA News at 10 returns, a new survey shows that whoever wins the presidential election may not necessarily be the nation's favorite choice. Find out why. And Arkansas football coach John L. Smith was at it again today. Stay tuned to Home Team Sports to hear what he had to say this time.